So Michael, as one of the developers of Essential Lifestyle Planning, how did it all get started?
It started in the late 80s, early 90s. Susie Harrison and I were at the University of Maryland, and we were being asked to get people out of institutions who were stuck. And they were stuck because of how people perceived them. There really were people who could fairly readily be served in the community if you got it right. And we started by looking at futures planning, and we went in and asked people, what's your dream? And the problem was their dream was to live anywhere but here. And they would tell us whatever they thought would help them get out, instead of what would help them get a life out. So we began Essential Lifestyle Planning by looking at what do people need to know in order to support people who were a bit challenging in community settings. And we discovered that the first thing we had to do was help them meet the person instead of the reputation. And then say what's really essential for the person to be successful, to have the life that they want, and then describe the best way to support them.
The Learning Community for Person-Centered Practice, Michael, what is it and how did it get started?
When we started with Essential Lifestyle Planning in the early 90s, we started collecting a group of people who were very interested in how it was done and how it was implemented. And those people started sharing information. And I found that more and more what was happening is I wasn't developing with one or two people all of the things that went into what was then called Essential Lifestyle Planning. It was a whole group of people who were collecting that information, and they also wanted to have a way to share it. So first informally we called ourselves a learning community, and then recently we said, well, we really need to do this in a more formal way. So we started having times for people to be able to get together and share. We created a website so that people could share, and then we began a voluntary organization, one that in the US is called a 501c3. And as we kept developing and we kept looking then at things like person-centered thinking tools, not just at Essential Lifestyle Planning, we started saying, well, you know, there's more of this than just Essential Lifestyle Planning. So the Learning Community for Essential Lifestyle Planning became the Learning Community for Person-Centered Practices.
And how can people get involved with the learning community? How can they find out more about it?
There are a couple of ways. The easiest way is to go to the internet. There is a website, learningcommunity, all one word, .us. There is Facebook. You can just